Hello everyone, this is Jason with WiseEye, and in this video we're going to go over our new detection threshold feature. This is something we're very excited about. It's one of the first of many coming improvements to our detector, and it's going to allow you to have better accuracy with our animal detection and species recognition system. So first off, we need to show you where to find it. So from just about any page in the app, you have this profile icon at the top right. If you click the profile, the second option down is detection threshold. You can tap that to open it, and it'll be presented with this page. Now we're going to go over this page together, and then I will show you another quick way that you can reference this information in the future. So the first thing on the left, you'll see these priority arrows. So commonly, when you get an image, we will find multiple species, objects, categories, however you want to think of it. We'll find multiple objects in that image. So we may find a deer and a hog in that image, or we may find a person and a vehicle in that image. And so this allows you to set which one is most important to you. For most of our users, deer is their most important category, so we have that one at the top. But if deer is not a priority for you, you could move it down. And what this would do is if you had an image where you had a deer and a turkey in the image, by having turkey above deer, it means that we will file that image as a turkey instead of as a deer. So you can really put what's most important to you at the top, and then that will be the one that we will default to in case both objects are detected in the image. The second thing you have here is this slider. At the bottom, you'll see the scale for the slider. You have more, default, and fewer. Default is what we set it at normally, so you don't have to change it. That's going to be a setting that works for most people. What you're setting here is the number of detections that you want to have. If you move the slider to the left, what it does is it makes it easier for the detector to find that category. So it lowers the threshold for that category. We don't have to be as sure that we have a predator in the image to file this in the predator category. So if you move the slider to the left, you are going to result in more detections of that category because the detector has to be less strict before it puts the image in that category. If you move the detector to the right, you are making the detector more strict. It will be harder to get an image in this category. This can be extremely useful. If you notice that you're having a lot of false detections of a certain category, but you do not want to disable that category altogether, you can just move this slider to the right, and it will reduce the number of detections that you get in that category. Conversely, if you notice that you are not getting enough detections of maybe hogs or people or any of the categories, you can move the slider to the left and you will begin to get more detections of those categories because you have reduced the threshold. You've made it easier for the detector to find those categories. And lastly, on the right-hand side, you have the enable button. This is very simple. If you do not want any image to ever be categorized as that category, you can just click the disable button. You can uncheck it to disable it. So if you're in an area that does not have hogs, you can just uncheck it and you will no longer find hogs. It doesn't matter where hog is on the priority. We will skip that category altogether. Maybe you're using this camera on a gate for your property and you only care about finding people and vehicles. So you could disable everything here except for the people and vehicle category, and you would only get notifications for people and vehicles. If you're using this for something else, maybe you're using this for predator hunting and you only want predators, you could disable everything else except predators. It doesn't mean that we're going to file everything as a predator. It just means that we are not going to be looking for those other categories. We're either going to be looking for, is it a predator or is it not? So this is a little bit about the detection threshold page. You can actually find this information very easy. You'll see we have this question mark on most of the pages of the app now. So if you click the question mark, it will move through the things that I've talked about in this video. So you just tap the screen to move through. So you'll see first, it explains the priority. Second, it explains the slider for the confidence level. Last, it explains the enable disable button. And you just keep tapping the screen to move through, and it will bring you through a quick tutorial of this page should you need this for future reference. Be checking this page often. As our detector improves over the year, you're going to see more and more options on this page and more functionality on this page. be very excited about the predictor and detector functionalities coming this year. We are super excited about it. Internally, we know what's coming down the pipe, and we think it's going to be a great feature for everybody. And this is going to be one of the central features for it. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch and listen to this video. We hope this has been helpful. If you need anything else, feel free to reach out to any of our support staff through live chat, through phone calls, through email. We're always here and happy to help. Thank you very much. Have a good one.